Hello and welcome to this tutorial number 9 of Dictionary Bits. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about SW family of words. Members of this family have SW at the beginning, for example, sweep, swim, and swing. The trick or key to learning many of these words is the initial SW is related to movement, especially the long one for a longer period. In other words, words starting with SW refer to any kind of long movement. Now let's learn some vocabulary by way of examples. First is sway. As a verb, it means to move or cause to move slowly or rhythmically, backwards and forwards, or from side to side. For instance, he swayed slightly on his feet during the dance. By extension, it means to control or influence a person or his course of action by causing to move or change his opinion. For example, voters are easily swayed by politicians. As a noun, it refers to a rhythmical movement from side to side. For example, the easy sway of her hips drove everyone at the party crazy. Next is swerve. As a verb, it means to change or cause to change direction abruptly. For example, a van swerved across her path out of nowhere. As a noun, it refers to an abrupt change of direction. For example, never make sudden swerves, particularly around parked vehicles. Next is swirl. As a verb, it means to move in a twisting or spiraling pattern. For example, the smoke was swirling around him. As a noun, it refers to a quantity of something moving in a twisting or spiraling pattern. For example, swirls of dust swept across the floor. Next is swipe. As a verb, it means to hit or try to hit with a swinging blow. For example, she swiped me right across the nose. As a noun, it refers to a sweeping or a swinging blow. For example, he missed the ball with his first swipe. By extension, it refers to such kind of verbal attack or insult. For example, the politician took a swipe at his opponents. Next is swoop. As a verb, it means to move rapidly downwards through the air. For example, the eagle swooped down on a snake, snatching it out of a small hole. As a noun, it refers to a swooping or snatching movement or action. For example, 4 members were arrested following a swoop by detectives on their homes. Next is swath. As a noun, it refers to a broad sweep or expanse of land. For example, vast swaths of countryside. By extension, it refers to a broad sweep of people. For example, a large swath of the population is opposed to this government policy. Next is swivel. As a verb, it means to turn around a point or swing, as on a pivot. For example, she swiveled in her seat to check the time. Or, the boss swiveled the chair around to face us. Next is swarm. As a verb, it means to move a long distance in large numbers. For instance, a plague of locusts swarmed across the countryside. Or, protesters were swarming into the building. As a noun, we say a swarm of people or a swarm of insects. Next is swash. As a noun, it refers to a smooth stroke or sweep of the water that washes up on shore after an incoming wave has broken. For example, there is no sound I find more relaxing than the swash of water as waves roll onto the sandy beach. As a verb, it means to move with a splashing sound. For example, the water swashed and rippled around our feet. Apart from these, some more common words of this family such as sweep, swing, and swim are all related to long movements, and there are many more. To sum up the SW family, what we learned in this tutorial are: first, words beginning with SW are about long movements, and words which we saw are sway, swerve, swirl, swipe, swoop, swath, swivel, swarm, swash, sweep, swing, etc. This is all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Hope it was worth your time. If you liked the video, please do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the next video on time. By then, bye bye. See you next week with a new tutorial.